Welcome everyone to Making a Difference.tv. Today I have a new host on the network. His name is Harris Momodu, and he'd like to start the interview because he's a great healer with an energy clearing.
Namaste. Thank you.
All right. That was pretty interesting. I felt some cool vibes coming off of that.
Yeah.
Harold, or Harris, sorry. I still want to call you Harold for some reason. Harris, it's been great meeting you. I met you through my friend Jean-Paul, I call him the Baptist. He's another energy healer.
Yeah.
And we've got along like a house on fire. And so I invited Harris to come on Making a Difference TV. I thought he had the power to make a huge difference on planet Earth. So let's let people get to know who you are. Where do you live, Harris?
In the Republic of Ireland, Dublin, right now. And I would like to also say I'm a resident of the United States. I think the plan was to move over, but I'm still in the middle of that. So at the moment, I'm in Dublin, Ireland.
Okay. So you're are you a resident of there, or are you just visiting or there for a while?
I'm a resident here as well.
So
I've been here since 2001. Since 2001, I've been here. But I'm just saying, with the United States, it's something new, where you have the green card and you're trying to move over, but many things over here are still, I still have to be here in a way. I travel a lot as well. I am also a resident of Nigeria, so I'm still involved uh, in the African scene as well. So yeah, resident of the world, really.
that's the way to be. That's the way to be. Worldwide citizen.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So your roots are in Nigeria. Can you tell us some of the highlights of your childhood, and so that our viewers can get to know you better?
Growing up in Africa, Nigeria, highlights. This is, memory comes in the moment. I'm trying to see what memory comes up for me to talk about. But I would say there was a lot that taught me. There was a lot of materials, a lot of experiences within polarity that I learned, that I grew from. And it was such a hard knock place where you really learn the both extremes. So vast knowledge I got from that, my childhood. So I'm very grateful for that. That I think that I can speak upon, because everything we go through, we end up becoming, stronger, or we grow from them. So it's always wonderful to be aware of that or remember that really from the polarity that we have.
All right. And then you moved to the U.S. and then to Dublin.
The other way around. So I moved to Dublin. I moved to Ireland and been in Ireland since then. You know, Ireland is a peaceful country, very but very earthy. I'm very connected to Gaia, to the planet, and Ireland has that vibration. Even in the culture, it's well revered. You know, their connection to the elementals and fairies and folk tales and their history is very rich like that. So I didn't realize all this when I first came. I was like, "What am I doing here?" It didn't make any sense. But now I know why. You know, when you grow and you evolve, you start to know why you were put through some situations or experiences or things that didn't make sense to you then make sense to you now. I chose a name because I went into music. I started doing music from. I found my music self in Ireland, and when that happened, a name was coming to me for me to choose, and it was one of my names called Udo, which means stone, and that name just made sense because I could relate to it growing up and everything. So I chose that name, and I never knew that at some point in time I will be working with stones and crystals. That I will actually be communicating with stones and crystals and bringing out through these stones, these divine stones and crystals, wonderful frequencies coming from the sun, coming from the planet, and coming from the cosmos as well, healing frequencies. So now this is what I do. I'm like, what? I didn't even know I would be doing this, and my name, I chose stone. So there's so many things that we go through, and for us to be able to see the light of every situation is where I'm at. Is you know the information we're bringing out to people for them to know that with every situation there is always that light side with it, and most of us get to learn this from time. It might take years, and then people, oh my God, I went through that, and this is where he led me. While some people don't even get to discover that. But if you know right away, even though you're seeing the other end of it, just to know that there's the light end, it kind of helps you to manifest that light end very quickly. Um, I hope I didn't go off that trail. Now you could ask me specificity. Go ahead, bring me back in line.
No, I'm just curious who introduced you to the healing of crystals. Myself, I've never used crystal. I live in the light and love of three loves: Mother Earth, Father Light, and a great love for my species. These are my three inspirations, but I've never experimented with crystals. So, what is the power of crystal healing? Can you explain that?
First of all, when like one of your connections, like you say, the earth, Mother Earth, um, crystal is just part of Mother Earth. So the same energies that Mother Earth has, the crystal has this embedded and can also do more, can represent the cosmos as well. So there is a lot, it's kind of like the parts of Mother Earth. Those are the crystals and the stones. And just like every different parts, we specialize in doing various things. So you would have some crystals specializing in, this one right here is rose quartz, and it kind of specializes in matters of the heart. you know, where the heart this helps you to kind of open up the heart more, balance the energies in the heart, which is something that humanity needs right now. The idea of evolution would be to go back more heart based and log away from the mind, so to speak, and so that the mind can conform with the heart and become the divine servant of the heart, or partner of the heart. So these rose quartz will work very well with that. So they're just parts of what you call it. They're just tools that are parts of Gaia, and they're permission slips. So you have depending on how you resonate with them. Because for myself, I don't have any restrictions with anything, so I can really look at your tool and I could use it. I can look at anybody's tool and I can use it. I could create my own tools. I didn't get these things from someone teaching me or lecturing me. It was a inner realization. You find the space within yourself, and you know that you are the creator of so many things. And that intuition comes to you when you start feeling all the energies, when you know everything around you is you, and that becomes very known within your consciousness, and then you start communicating with things around you, i.e., like the stones started coming to me and communicating to me. Now, this is in my own world, and I have that trust. I know I have the knowing, so I go forth and I do the things I do. So I don't have to prove it to anybody or try to figure it out because I already know. So I don't even have to believe, because I already know. So it brings us to where I want to be looking at with my show, really, as in the inner awakening of beings. As in, we can call it evolution, the growth, but getting beings to know that the trust for themselves, for them to go inside and have that conviction, is very, very important, because no one will give you that. Most beings are looking for that conviction from outside. You have to learn these, you have to do it that way. There's so many varieties out there which they help, but if you don't find yours, which is very simple, it's in front of you, it's really you, it's just be you. But we miss that because it's too obvious. And I went into that because there was nothing else for me, so I just had to go inwards and started finding myself. So it took a lot of, I gave myself levels or whatever to grow, and I enjoyed everything. But other people don't have to do it in my way that it took years. I mean, they can find it like right there if they just drop everything else and say, I'm just gonna be me. It's that simple, but not that easy to believe. Which brings us here while we're talking about these things. Bring me back to line again, okay?
Well, no, that was beautiful. I mean, so much of what I know um, comes from connection to a spirit. I connect to many things, many consciousnesses outside of me. They may be all within me. All I know is that they provide me great leadership and guidance, and I trust them. And I see. Actually, the other day, I met someone. I think you met her too. Her name is Sherry.
Oh yeah, I met Sherry.
Yeah, and she started talking about fairies being her friend, and I said, you know what? I keep seeing it. It looks like a bird flying in front of my window in my car when I'm in a snowstorm. And I say, that's weird. Why would there be a bird in a snowstorm flying in front of my window? You think they'd be sitting in a tree. So these birds, they look like a pigeon to me because they go sort of wick in front of my window. So they're basically fairies protecting me in kind of hazardous snow and driving conditions. That was a blessing. So I find life, when you're ready to know something, it brings it to you. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful universe. It's infinite. And but you have a unique healing talent within you. My spirit guides have told me the seeds of knowledge are many, and reach out to all those who are healers, who are authentic healers. You have a modesty, a great wisdom within you, and I think you can have a huge impact on people through making a difference TV.
Yes, I believe so too. And thank you very much, Brian, for kind of making this connection happen. Playing a major part in this connection happening. I do believe that as well, and I'm kind of putting myself out there to do more, because I know my roles that I have chosen now, and I'm very, very, very I'm very happy to do my roles. So once opportunities come up to me, I just take them now, and I'm really opening up more. And that's not the only radio station that is calling 40s, and that's not the only place that I will speak, or I might be speaking with a group of people, or it might be a one-to-one, or I might just meet someone on the street and don't even speak at all. I'm just there to listen, and there's this energy exchange, so I know what my role is as an energy, a specific energy. I have this resolution energy, and I always want to stay there, because as I move around, I just bring this resolved world, and I don't have to do anything. The people don't have to know that I was there, and maybe I made it easier for them to smile, even. But it's not, because it is for humanity. It's not coming from me per se. It's actually coming from humanity, going back to humanity, and I get to witness that. So I feel honored, So that goes through me, and also it's wonderful to be there in that way. So I know this is really going to help a lot of people, and myself. It's going to be a lot of fun, so I'm very excited about it.
All right. Well, I find there's a lot of people who sort of also attach themselves to their race, and it's a bit of a mistaken consciousness. But it's hey, if you feel more comfortable with someone who's a black person, then heck, I want to reach out to all the races too through making a difference. And the fact that you're black is really going to help you connect with others. There's a lot of black people here that are suffering in America, in Canada, and I feel for them. I mean, and there's very little leadership here for them. And so I'm so happy I met you, because they really need uh, guidance
That
in love. They have to learn to love themselves. They have a way out of the matrix, and you can help them find it.
that is actually wonderful. I mean, because I chose this race within this incarnation, so you could say that kind of is significance, where they could see some kind of similarity, because humanity has been taught to look at the differences of race, and which is um which is something we're moving from. And my idea is not to come here and touch one race. That doesn't mean anything to me, um, because humanity is humanity. Yeah, I don't see race, but that would help, because not only race, you might have someone who's Caucasian, and because of the way I am, and maybe I'm a rapper and he's a rapper too, and that's similar. It's like, I like that dude, and then I could become that role model too. So that would happen in different levels. The race, because I'm in that race, and then you talk about other people that are like me. I like that dude. So I'm very happy that that would reach those specificity in that way. And when you talk about that race, and myself, because I come from there, I grew up in Africa. There's always this call to go back there and send that energy there, balance that place. So I never forget that place, because I know a whole lot about it. So that touches me, what you just said. So that is a beautiful thing, anyways.
Are you into hip hop? Is that from what I've heard and seen, the hip hoppers seem to be more connected to Gaia, to a love for their brothers and sisters. Are you connected to hip hop?
Yes, that was what hip hop was created for: love, peace, and unity, and then to have a lot of fun, which is the happiness side. This is the basis of hip hop. That's what hip hop was created for. And the forefathers who created hip hop did this when they saw uh, um, too much differences and too much war going on within the community, and they wanted to put that community back together. So you had, like, some of them where, I wouldn't even mention. KRS-One has talks about this, so if you want to Google that, this is the history of hip hop. You would see the basis of where that hip hop came from. It's love, peace, and unity. So yeah, I'm very proud to be part of that community as well. I mean, I'm proud to be part of all communities that support love, peace, unity, harmony, and happiness. So hip hop is one of them, definitely. Yeah.
Beautiful. Okay, well, this is just an introductory interview. I don't want to go too long with it. I want you to be the one who carries your show. You have the power within, and
Thank
I'm
you.
very excited that you're coming on. And you're my second healer. Yogi Ramesh Pandey is another enlightened being that I've connected with. My specialty is fixing systems, but I connect with all healers on all levels in all modalities. So I'm so glad you agreed to come on, making a difference. Where it's a startup, but I think it's going to have a huge impact on the consciousness of the planet and on Mother Earth. And so I'm very excited that you've come on. And so thank you. I love you, brother, and I look forward to seeing your shows as they come in.
Thank you so much. It's a great honor. It's gonna really, woo! This is wonderful. I got excitement. Sometimes I'm just too balanced to go woo hoo hoo. But I'm right there with you, brother. You know, that's how it is. Seriously, I'm really, really happy about all this happening because I feel we become so much empaths that we could feel other beings, and I could feel their suffering. And when I do this, is I transmutate that because I know how to do it. And but you become so strong as an empath, you could feel the world, and you could feel the other side of the people that have chosen suffering and pain. And was that once that comes to you, you change that into the heaven that you represent, and then also you're feeling others that have chosen heaven, but you do know there are people who have chosen pain and suffering, and that's why we're doing all this, so that people can know that they have that choice and they can choose heaven. I call it heaven. And you're talking about happiness, the comedy, the fun, the harmony, the compassion, the love. I call that heaven, as opposed to the other. And this is why we're doing all these shows. And so I'm really, really happy that, I'm out there, you out there. This is a great honor for humanity. Thank you so much, Brian.
All right, Harris. Thanks so much, and we will definitely be in touch to get you going. Okay, love you, brother.
Much love. Namaste.